Greetings everyone, my name is Dr. Jason Freeman. I'd like to welcome you all to my channel. As a black man who grew up with a relative lack of superheroes who look like him, I'll always have a special place in my heart for Green Lantern John Stewart. However, having lived in Baltimore County for almost 9 years, I have a growing admiration and love for Baltimore's own Green Lantern, Guy Gardner. And I'll even make the case that Guy Gardner may be the greatest Green Lantern of all time.
Watch your mouth, don't ever step out of line. LL Cool J, greatest of all time.
Now, for those of you who don't know who Guy Gardner is, he actually made his debut in Green Lantern number 59. In the comic, the Gardners revealed to Hal Jordan that he's not the Earth's only man without fear. In fact, had things gone a little bit differently, Guy Gardner would have been the Earth's Green Lantern and not him. So even if you believe that Hal is the greatest of the Green Lanterns, based on this comic, you have to concede that Guy Gardner is at least an equal. However, the first reason I would say that Guy Gardner is the greatest Green Lantern is that unlike Hal and the other Green Lanterns, we see Guy over and over again put his life on the line even without having the power ring. For example, in Green Lanterns number 87, we see Guy Gardner trying to save a young girl named Susie Delancey. While trying to coax this scared young girl from the remains of a bridge after a major earthquake, we see Guy get hit in the back by a bus that he had been driving and injured severely. It's later revealed that Guy Gardner will be bedridden for 6 months, which requires a new reserve Green Lantern, and thus we get the introduction of John Stewart. Now, this comic includes a lot of my favorite John Stewart moments. For example, he has the mask for Green Lantern, he throws it away, basically saying, "F that, I have nothing to hide." Decades before,
I am Iron Man.
another instance of Guy Gardner putting his life on the line without the green power ring is Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps number 16. And in the comic, he squares up against a super strong member of the Sinestro Corps named Arkillo, who agreed to run the Fade without their respective rings. Now, Guy shouldn't have won this fight, and in fact, he almost had his ears ripped off. But by sheer will and being from Baltimore, he gave Arkillo that L with only his bare hands.
When I was growing up, this was all the protection we needed. You win some, you lose some.
The second reason Guy Gardner may be the greatest of all the Green Lanterns is that unlike those lanterns, he had to overcome a tremendous amount of childhood adversity, including abuse at the hands of his own father. Now, during his fight with Arkillo, we see Guy Gardner having these flashbacks, seeing abuse at the hands of his father, who's an ex-police officer. And in Green Lantern Corps number 0, we find out that Guy Gardner himself was an ex-Baltimore police officer from a family of Baltimore police officers stretching all the way back to the 1860s. The comic reveals that Guy Gardner was basically an afterthought to his parents compared to his older brother and his beloved younger sister. But even with this rejection by his parents, we see that Gardner has a tremendous love for his family. The comic begins with Guy Gardner attending his sister's graduation from the Baltimore Police Academy, him trying to make amends with his father to no avail, and Guy even going into a shootout in Baltimore to save his brother without Green Lantern powers, which is actually how he got his Green Lantern powers in the New 52 continuity. I hope you're enjoying the video, but I just wanted to quickly mention that if you're enjoying what you're seeing from the DCU or DC Comics in general, why not buy a Funko Pop of your favorite DC character? I have a few myself and will definitely be getting more. To get your own Funko Pop DC character, click on the link in the description. The third reason Guy Gardner may be the greatest of the Green Lanterns is that he is willing to do whatever it takes, and I mean whatever it takes, to protect the people around him. Now, this is one of the big critiques of Guy Gardner, that he crosses the line in certain situations. However, I would argue that if you are in danger and Guy Gardner is the one to protect you, he's willing to go further than any other Green Lanterns in that situation. We see this in Green Lantern number 43, where we see Guy Gardner go into full rage mode a la the Hulk.
That's my secret, Captain. I'm always angry.
After seeing his brother from another mother die. We see Guy Gardner go ballistic on the Black Lanterns, who are basically zombified Green Lanterns, and is only stopped with the help of his friends. And this is the passion that we see over and over again from Guy Gardner, which definitely sets him apart from the other Green Lanterns. And so the last reason I say Guy Gardner may be the greatest of all the Green Lanterns is that despite some of his shortcomings, he's always willing to grow and change. Now, we saw this in Green Lantern Corps number 0 when he's trying to reconcile with his abusive father, but we also see this in Red Lanterns number 1, a one-shot, where he actually becomes a Blue Lantern that is powered by hope. I love this version of Guy Gardner because we see the progression from the younger, hothead version of Guy Gardner to now the older, more mature, more introspective and empathetic version of the same character. Guy is uniquely positioned to do this because he's been there. He's been at his worst. He's seen the worst that humanity can give us. His own parents didn't really care for him, just based on him not being his siblings. And so because he's been in that dark place, he's now able to see people in that dark place and bring them to the light. He has seen the worst of us. He's been the worst of us. So that allows him to be the best of us, which is why I would argue that he is the greatest of the Green Lanterns. Now, if you found that video interesting and or informative, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, please share this video. And if you have other reasons why Guy Gardner is the greatest of the Green Lanterns, or disagree with some good reasons, please tell me in the comment section below. Thank you all for your time and have a wonderful rest of your day.